Well, good morning, folks. I'm gonna take y'all with me today and just kind of show y'all a day out here as we're doing what we're doing. But primarily today we're going to be potting plants, and I just want to show you kind of what that looks like. We're starting kind of early today. The sun's bright. It's gonna be a hot day today. About 7:15 this morning, we already had a shipment of plants come in. We unloaded a truck, so I wanted to show you that, but I just didn't have time to get to it. And anyway, looking forward to getting some hydrangeas potted today. And you know, this is really about the most time-consuming thing that we do in the nursery, especially this time of year. And you know, you really got to manage this time well. That's one of the things that you guys ask me about occasionally is, you know, just kind of what is your work schedule and how do you manage all the things that you've got to get done. And you know, that's something that I've got a lot to learn. Anyway, I don't have that figured out great because we're open today. So, you know, it's a Thursday, so it'll be slow today. It's always slow on Thursday. But I got to have my eyes on the nursery while I'm potting. So, you know, Casey will be in and out with me some. The kids will be in and out with me some through the day. But anyway, this is what we're going to be doing. So I'm looking forward to showing it to you and kind of seeing what it looks like out here. We're standing in the nursery now, and you know, it's really pretty out here this time of year. Mother's Day has come and gone, so peak season's behind us, but we still got a lot to do. So we're looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to y'all coming along with me. So let's get to it. Now, just to give y'all my setup here a little bit, here's the potting soil I just mixed up. When I pile it up pretty good on my table like this, and this is a very full table, it's very heavy. I can do about 70 plants with this amount in these trade gallon pots, and this is what I do so much of what I do with. So, you know, if you're doing bigger pots or smaller pots, it's going to go further or less far depending on exactly what you're doing. But first thing we're going to be working on potting today is these little dianthus plants here. Our nursery is open right here beyond the potting table. In fact, somebody's turning in right now, so I'm going to have to cut this short. But we're going to be doing a 72 count tray of rockin' red dianthus, just one of our standard plants we do in our nursery, a non-patented dianthus. So just going to get started potting on these, and we'll just see how long it takes depending on, you know, what's going on with the nursery business. But anyway, here we go.
Alrighty, y'all, I'm potting some plugs with my dad out in the nursery today. We've got some rockin' red plugs right here. It's real simple to pot them. You just take some dirt, put it in the pot, drop your plug in there, fill in with dirt around the plug, pack it down a little bit, and there you go. In about a couple of months, this guy will be filling out the pot really nice, and he'll be getting close to ready to sell. Rockin' Reds grow quick.
Alright, so since I messed the audio up, let me explain to you what's going on here. This is a tray of limelight hydrangeas that we rooted last year under our propagation mist. And we've let these get tall because we're going to use these to take cuttings from. We're going to pot them up into our small pots, which are I think 2 quarts in size. Let them grow out a little more and take cuttings from them. So we'll be keeping these until next year. Here, so check this one out. It's just one single tall lanky stem. So we'll come in here and cut this, and then we'll take those cuttings from above that point, but from where we cut it, it'll branch out once it's potted up and it'll be good to go. And another example is this one. This one's got 4 or 5 nice stems in it. We actually could pot this up and sell it later on in the season, but we're probably not going to do that just because we need the cuttings. So the first thing we need to do is get these potted up and growing, And here I'm explaining that the reason we pot these into small pots instead of into 2-gallon pots where we will ultimately be selling them from next year is because, first of all, it takes up a whole lot less space. Pot them in small pots for a while. They don't need to be taking up all of this room. And second, pot plants really can benefit from being potted up. You know, it's like, for lack of a better word, your potting soil can get stale over time, and they can just stand to be refreshed, you know, after being potted for something like a year. So it's a step that we take. It may or may not be necessary, but it's how we do it. All right, guys, so we got all of those potted up, and that was a 50 count tray. We got 30 out of it. So there were 20 in there that died or whatever happened to them. I don't know if they never rooted or if they died over winter. I don't know, and I really don't care. 30 out of 50 is not great for a tray of hydrangeas, but it's fine, and we'll take it, and we're gonna just keep going. But that's one of the things that you guys ask me about sometimes is, what is your success rate on propagation? Well, normally that would have been probably 40 to 45 hydrangeas. On that particular case, it wasn't. We're not worried about it at all. We've got plenty more limelights to pot up, and we're pretty happy about that, of course. So we're gonna just keep going and see what all we can get done next, and be glad that we've got lots and lots of small limelights to get cuttings from before next season. All right, the next tray that we did was much, much better. In fact, you can see what's left of it. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 50 that died or didn't root or whatever. So 46 out of 50 on that one. We got those put in the trailer, also in 2-quart pots, or again, I don't even know what size my pots are. I'm calling them 2-quart pots. Small pots. And here in just a minute, we'll take this load out and put it under sprinklers. All right, folks, I drove out here to the back. Here's the trailer I just drove out here, and just to kind of show you what's going on out here these days. We got lots of plants growing out here. We got rows of Sharons right here. That is rosemary that we've recently potted up right there. This is a columbine that we've recently potted. This is Ragin' Cajun. There's a few Annabelle hydrangeas right there. There's a fescue grass there, and lavender right there. Over here, there's more lavender. This is one of those Agastache or Agastache hummingbird mints I was telling you about. This is a Coreopsis, a tick seed here that actually started from seed. Just trying to do that. It was pretty successful. We're just letting them grow out, so we'll see how that goes. But a couple more things worth showing you guys back here. This is Verbena Homestead Purple back here. This is another hummingbird mint. I forget the name of it. Actually, both of these right here are. Right over here is a quince. I think it's called Cameo. I think it's an orange flowering quince, I think. And this is a viburnum, also known as a snowball bush. This is a frosted curls grass. Forgot the name of it. And guys, check out all of these gardenias. You remember I showed you these? Dead, 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 dead. Not good, just part of it. So just wanted to show you guys that. A little further over this way, these are my Annabelle hydrangea trees. Showed you guys these last year, lost a few of them. I think I lost them because of wind blowing them over and breaking them, but you can see they're bushing out nicely here on top of their tall stems. So they're about 3 feet tall, the stems are, and anyway, they look pretty good. So we'll see how those keep growing. Come down here, and then we got thousands of small green giants. Probably gonna be selling these guys to you this winter. So if you need lots and lots of green giants this winter, I'll be selling them on YouTube probably in December. But lots of them here, lots of them here, and then probably between this little patch here, this patch, and this patch, there's about 2,000 more of them in those 2 rows, and those will be ready to sell or pot up before too long. A couple of other plants that we got out here that are growing out. These yarrow right here, this is moonshine yellow, great plant. This is a dianthus called Delilah bicolor purple. Check these out, they're beautiful. They just need to fill out just a little bit more and they'll be ready to put up for sale. Still got a few gold mops out here. We've sold quite a few of those this spring. And these are Pocomoke crepe myrtles. Kind of a crepe myrtle that is more of a shrub than a tree, but they're coming out really nice. Finally, they were really slow about waking up, but they're getting nice and bushy, and we're going to be looking forward to having those out maybe in 3 weeks or so. We'll just see how it goes. But sold a few of these Sweet Bay magnolia trees right in here. They're starting to look nice. So lots of things that are starting to look nice now, and this area out here is really becoming a valuable space for us. So we're going to take all the things here in the trailer that we potted up today and get them out here into these areas, fill in some of these holes and get them everywhere we can. Before we know it, we're going to have to be putting more sprinklers out here along this edge. So all of this area out here is more useful as well. So always a lot of stuff going on, always a lot of stuff to do. And you never, ever, ever, ever get done. So such is life in the nursery. All right, I've gotten everything unloaded. So lime lights, and then that little strip right there is lime lights that we just unloaded. And that section right there is a tall phlox, and that is the rockin' red dianthus. So that's 252 plants that we've added out here today. It's just a small number of what's out here today and a small number of what we still need to do. And you know, while the nursery's open, potting is slow, to be sure. Just other things come up, and 1 or 2 other projects have come up, just family related things, but that's part of the beauty of having a family business. So anyway, we're going to keep doing some more potting this afternoon and get some more done and get some more plants out here and see how far we make it. Now we're going to pot up a few of these elderberry hardwood cuttings. I mean, we grew these from hardwood cuttings, but it's a pretty remarkable plant. This is the first time I've tried elderberries. Now just looking in here, it looks like all of them have rooted. They're all at least have green growth coming out of the top, and this is a 32 count tray. So never tried elderberries before. Now I could see that the roots though are beginning to grow out of the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. But you know, when you see roots growing out the bottom, you obviously know that they're rooted. How well they're rooted, we'll see in just a second. I'm gonna pull one of these out. But I've never tried to grow elderberries before. You don't ever see anybody selling them, but people ask me for them from time to time. So I decided to try some from hardwood cuttings, and kind of just a different kind of plant from what we've ever done before. But you know, there's a lot of people around who make various elderberry syrups and various potions that people like to concoct, and the homesteading crowd, and there's a lot of people who use these medicinally. I don't know what else people might use them for. I don't use them for that. I don't care if other people use them for that, but anyway, I've tried to grow some, so let's just pull one of these out. Let me get this right here closest to me. If I can pop it loose from the bottom. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good roots. Now, check this out. This is just the middle of May here, and you know, these were just stuck this winter. Obviously didn't start growing until it warmed up, and they've already rooted that much. Now these could stay in this tray a while longer. That's not root bound, but I'm going to go ahead and pot these up today anyway, just because I want to. But it's pretty cool just to see how well these have rooted. And this is one that doesn't have much top growth. Now some of these have got quite a bit of growth, so I think they're going to have bigger roots, but we're going to go ahead and pot these next. Well, all right guys, it's late in the day. Got the elderberries potted, went ahead and put them in 1 gallon pots. They look really nice. Looking forward to see how they grow, but we're about 4:50 in the afternoon here. It's almost time for us to close, and what my day is going to consist of from here all the way on until bedtime is going to close up, going to eat dinner, and I got a video to put together, and I got a Facebook ad to make for our weekend nursery hours. So still got a lot to do today, but look, when you're potting plants, this is just one of those projects that you just got to stay on all the time. Your time will get away from you. You won't have as much time to work on it as you think you do, but it will constantly be a time consumer in your nursery the entire year. You know, there's no such thing, or we shouldn't think there's any such thing as, well, I'll just do that tomorrow. Well, I guess some things that works on, but the only time to pot plants is now, and whenever your now is. So don't let that be something that you get behind on. You just got to stay on it all year. You got to have plants to sell. You got to have plants available, so you got to have plants to pot. So we got about 300 plants done today. It's not bad, but you know, we'll like for it to have been 500 or 600 or more, but that's fine. We'll just work on it some more as soon as we get a chance. And that's just the way it is. So it's been a really good day, and I'm thankful to have this much done. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.